Welcome back. This is John Locke for Lockdown Design and SEO, and today I'm talking about times in which you would want to spend money on Google Ads as well as SEO and when it makes sense. Now, obviously, if you are starting from ground zero with a brand new site and you have no traction, no leads coming in yet, and you have yet to do SEO, you've yet to build links, you've yet to have an SEO campaign in motion, it will definitely make sense to spend money on Google AdWords in order to be at the top of the page and get some qualified leads coming in while you work on your SEO campaign. So one thing that people need to be aware of is Google Ads will try and default to making you bid on the broadest range possible of keywords. So what you're going to want to do is do some keyword research and get some approximate search volumes. Search volumes in any tool, including Google Keyword Planner, are an estimate and they're not 100% accurate. SEO tools are even less accurate. They can underestimate or overestimate the traffic that you would be getting from a keyword. But what you especially want to do with keywords that cost a lot of money per click, there's a high cost per click, but there's a high amount that you have to spend in order to be at the top of search results with AdWords, is make sure that you are bidding on either exact match or phrase match. If you're spending a lot per click, exact match keywords might be good. The second thing that you have to keep in mind is you're going to want to limit the locations in which you're spending these ads, in which you're running these ads. For most industries, a text ad is going to be the way to go and not a display ad. Display ads can end up in different websites. You'll see them sometimes in YouTube, and yeah, you can get some leads from that for sure. There's not a way to really control it to just display on YouTube. They'll usually display on other websites as well. When it comes to limiting the location, that is something that you can do with that ad campaign, is just limit it to certain locations. Now, if you're a national brand and you have a product that can be shipped anywhere, or if you are targeting a region, let's say like a tri-state area or a 5 or 7 or 9 state area, then you're going to want to limit your ad running to just those locations. If you are a local SEO service provider, something like home services or trades, like HVAC, plumbing, electrician, something like that, then you're going to want to limit it to just the metro area. Now, you would go into Google AdWords on the left-hand column. In your ad campaign, there's going to be locations. So you'd want to include just running the ad in those locations and not for people who are interested in those locations. Those are two things. And there's another way that it's a dark pattern that Google tries to trick you with, but you're going to want to just run those ads in people that are physically in those locations and not just interested in those locations. In some cases, you might want to check your Google Analytics and make sure, look at your cost per click and make sure that you are, in fact, running ads only in those locations, because sometimes you will get clicks in different locations from other countries or other regions in which you're not trying to run an ad. And in that case, you would want to exclude those in locations in your Google AdWords. Okay? So while you're doing this, you would want to also work on your SEO. Usually the three things that are affecting your SEO the most is not having the right content, having content that doesn't go deep enough for a specific page, or having the wrong content on a page where Google expects to see certain content on a page and in fact has seen pages and sites that do well with specific content on a page or have a specific topic cluster on that site as evidence that you know what you're talking about with that subject. Second thing that you would want to work on with SEO is links, getting links from sites that are related to the thing that you do. They're in your category, but also making sure that you have logical links that Google would expect to see from third-party sites that are for lead generation or social channels or news industry sites within your particular category. The third thing that you would want to do is make sure that you have a good design. Better designed sites just tend to do better over time because Google is relying more on real-time user signals and things like bounce rate and things like that, time on page, or how many pages you spend in a session is not as important as getting conversions or getting people to the goal that they want to accomplish, whether that's reading an article or filling out a form or getting help of some sort. Getting people to the goal that Google anticipates them to get to is just better. Better designed sites tend to guide people toward that in a way that satisfies them. Again, not a signal that you can easily fake. So those three things, while you're working on your AdWords campaign to get leads in the door, work on your organic SEO campaign, and over time you should be able to just use AdWords when you feel like it, or if you want to have an all-around competitive edge against your competition in a local or regional area. Hope that makes sense. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockedown Design and SEO. I'm here on a regular basis making videos on search engine optimization. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. That's all I have for now. Until next time, peace.